Hi, welcome to Fox Valley Today. I'm Barb Nadeau. My guest is Bill Tarver. He is the chairman of 50 Men Who Cook. So Bill can round up 50 men and put them to work for him. That's just an amazing thing. But really, we're talking today about suicide prevention services and their upcoming fundraiser. It's going to be on March 22nd, and it's a phenomenal story and a very heartwarming story. And so I'm really glad to have Bill here. Thank you so much for being my guest today.
Thank you for having me.
You know, we can almost taste spring. I came in today, the birds were singing as I walked in, you know, the walk into the building, and the sun was shining, and I thought, oh, you know, brighter days ahead.
Absolutely.
And it's definitely needed. We've had such a long winter.
It feels just as soon as the snow starts to melt a little bit more piles on. So we're very excited to see the sunshine again.
Well, I have to say your event coming up on March 22nd couldn't be better placed, because I think we all need a breath of fresh air. We all need some hope and some spirit. And you're now in your 6th year. This is the 6th annual 50 Men Who Cook. And it's a very interesting story. When I first heard about it, actually, when it first started, I thought, wow, I don't understand how this is going to work, but it's been so successful. People love it.
They do, and like you said, it's our 6th annual, and it's at the Lincoln in Batavia, and it's just an opportunity for people to get together and support the mission of suicide prevention services. And we do have some women that participate as well, because they've asked and said, you can't leave us out in the cold, as we would say. But it's been a fantastic run, and we're just going to continue to do it every year. As long as the cooks continue to show up and cook, and the customers continue to come, we're just going to continue doing it.
Well, before we got on the air today, Bill, you and I were talking about having a heart and a passion for volunteering and finding a cause that you could really get behind.
Yes.
And I just think it's fantastic that we have, and I bet we probably have more than 50 cooks out there that, you know, could jump in if they knew about it. I don't know if you'll ever have enough room for it, but I just think it's fantastic and wonderful that they're willing to say, hey, here's my best recipe, and I'm bringing it for all of you. It's a great unknown, though, for me in my head, how you even put this together. So tell us a little bit about how the entire evening goes on.
Well, what we ask is, a lot of people, they envision that you would be there and cooking in front of all the guests. And there are some cooks that enjoy doing that, and we certainly don't want to turn that away. But many of our cook professionals will actually prepare their food at home, and they'll try to keep it hot or warm it up there inside the event. And we'll keep things hot, whether it's in a crock pot or in a butane burner or a chafing dish. And there are some guys who will just go all out, and they'll just do a fantastic display. We ask our cooks to choose one of many categories, and that could be a great appetizer, a soup, a salad, an entree, or even a dessert. And when we first started...
Oh, so it's going to be, the sky's the limit when you talk. So you could have somebody whose specialty is chili,
yes,
and they could have just some big industrial roasters filled
yes,
with hot chili, and then you have someone else whose specialty is cream puffs or something, and then that display is going to be totally different.
Absolutely. In fact, the fire department participated a few years ago with their fire alarm chili, and of course that they won, but it was fantastic. Yes, and that's what's nice. You can showcase anything. And so there's a nice little, we do a little voting, and there's a little competition with each individual category, which is nice because, like you said, the area of expertise is different, and the level of expertise is different. So we want to make sure that whatever that is, that cook gets an opportunity to showcase that.
The level is different too. So you have professionals, but you also have just friends and neighbors that want to get involved too?
Your backyard cook who just likes to grill will do that. We had a member of the Batavia Police Department last year who was actually grilling in his pickup truck outside the back door and bringing in his barbecue ribs. So you can do just about anything that your mind lets you wander to. Absolutely.
That's really interesting. And because it is home cooked and it's not for sale, it's the event that's for sale, it's something that is a doable thing. No one should feel like they have to shy away from getting involved.
No, not at all. In fact, you know, we've had parents that have brought their teenage sons who are interested in cooking, because it's an opportunity for them to see something new, and it lets them have an opportunity to be this in front of other people. But different walks of life have come. We've had Elvis show up. We've had the Honorable Mayor from Batavia and Gary Galinsky from Yorkville. So Kurt Becker from the Super Bowl Chicago Bears have been there. So we have a wide range of different people with different backgrounds and experiences who have participated.
This year, well, you have the former mayor of Plano, the city of Plano, Bill
Yes.
Roberts. Now, I've eaten some of his. He is an excellent cook and a great neighbor. He's actually my neighbor, and so shout out to Bill.
Shout out to Bill.
He's awesome. He is awesome.
And he has also told me already what he's going to be making. So if you're interested, Bill is going to be making barbecue ribs with his homemade mini corn muffins this year. So if you've really tasted them before you'd like to, that's what he's making this year.
Okay. You have the Hillshire Brand Executive Chef Chris Klein, in the Neighborhood Deli Executive Chef and Owner Jeff Turner, the head coach of the Batavia Bulldogs, that's Coach Perron, is that his name? And then you've got another barbecue owner, Dennis Larson. You've got pastry chefs coming. You've got more than I don't know. That's just the ones that I was given as a preview of this event.
Sure.
And you've got about 40 some more than I've mentioned,
Yes.
right?
We have 50, and we'll always never turn anybody away. So if anyone is still interested, we've had as many as 55
Really?
to 60. Absolutely. Anyone who wants to share their passion with us, we'd love to have them.
Well, how do they know how much to prepare? What are the guidelines?
That's a great question. We ask that they appear between 200 and 250 bite-sized portions.
Bite size, but how big is a bite size?
2 to 3 bites. My bite size might be a little bit different than somebody else's. Typically, if they're going to be making something that would be a chili or a jambalaya or a gumbo, which is a usual average dish, a 6-quart crock pot would be enough. But usually if they're making, we've had people make fudge or frozen strawberries filled with cheesecake, usually between 200 and 250 pieces, because our guest attendance holds 350. So, and everyone can't just simply try everything, so just a nice assortment.
2 to 250 portions.
Yes.
You're making me hungry already,
I know,
though.
I
When you
can't
mentioned,
wait.
I've never had a strawberry filled with cheesecake.
It's quite amazing. It really is.
You're driving me crazy here, Bill.
My stepson a couple years ago actually made Guinness brownies, and he made his homemade Irish cream from Jameson, and it was just phenomenal. So cooks really do go all out, and they just have a great time participating.
And I'm guessing, just from listening to you talking about this, that it really doesn't matter what you want to cook, because there's going to be a variety of soups. There's going to be a variety of desserts. There's going to be a variety of meat dishes, and it all works out. You don't like say, oh no, we've got that. You can't bring that.
Correct.
You've got room for everybody.
Yes, and in the last couple of years, we've had people bring gluten-free items too. So we've actually had people kind of step out of the norm and bring things that other people would not normally anticipate in seeing. We had somebody made basil ice cream last year. So just very different, unique things that people wouldn't see in the grocery store or in a restaurant.
Incredible. Some of them, as we said, are professionals. Are trying that notoriety is going to help bring people to their doors for their businesses, and good for them. But then you've got those people that are just not professional chefs at all, but they're just coming out because they like to cook. They have nothing to gain out of this. Nothing to gain. Except the good feeling and the chance to be part of it.
And the willingness to help, absolutely. They have that passion.
And that's a donation of theirs. The food items, a donation. Does
Yes.
it cost to have a table
does
space?
not.
So it's just the donation that you're making of your product that you're bringing to this to participate. And then, of course, the other side of the story is people like me who just want to eat it all.
Yes, yes. We have to have the nice balance of both.
So tell me a little bit about that. Do you need reservations?
Great question. You can order your tickets in advance on the SPS website, and those are $50 per person. Or you can show up the night of the event also, and those tickets are $60. So there's a little cash advantage if you purchase them early.
You know you're going to have plenty of food.
Yes, we will. We never run out.
That's something. And Lincoln Inn Banquets in Batavia is a fantastic venue.
Yes.
I've lived in this area for a long time, and I had never been there until this past year. I can't believe I just discovered that place.
Yeah, the owners there are they're great people, and we host many events there, but they really do open up their doors and their hearts. In fact, their chef and general manager have actually participated in our event a couple years ago, and they're wonderful people to work with, and they allow us to come in and take over. And many of the cooks get to work in their kitchen too, because as we stated, you can prepare some at home, but some of the items just require that nice little touch-up right before it goes out. And in fact, you might even see Mr. Roberts in the back kitchen doing a little bit last-minute preparation as well too. So they are very helpful in helping us pull off this mission. This event.
That's a pretty cool thing just for those chefs to have access to a professional kitchen like that, and to be able to rub elbows with the experts, to get a chance to maybe even get a little bit of advice from the experts as they're putting the finishing touches on. And then I'm sure that there's their wives and the women in their lives probably get involved with helping with the decor. Do they actually do, like, okay, here's a Cajun meal and they dress it up, or here's a something that's French, or here's something that's British or German or whatever?
They do, and it really depends on the decor that they're making. We've had people make things from Mardi Gras, and they'll bring the beads, or the firefighters that we mentioned will bring hats or stickers. And if you're bringing something from your own restaurant or place of business, you can bring pamphlets and brochures to kind of help that way. So it really kind of depends whatever the theme is. I'm kind of hoping that Coach Perron will be bringing the bulldogs, not the live bulldogs, but decor for his table. And a couple years ago when the Lorax movie was out, people were bringing the chocolate mustaches and things. So people really do a fantastic job. We've had the chocolate fountain, and they bring all the fruits and the vegetables and pretzels and funny hats, and it really does. It's a wonderful event. It really is.
Back in the day, maybe that's 10 years ago, 5 years ago, gala events were all the rage, and it seems that people have done some really creative and interesting things as fundraisers. This is one of them, and it kind of combines that idea of a gala event with just something that just a taste and just something that's wacky fun. But what about the people coming in? Do they come in dressed to the nines, so to speak, or do they come in their street clothes from work? What do you see walking in the door?
It's a nice little balance of each. We have people that really dress up, and it's a dress casual is what our expectations are. But again, we never turn anybody away. We just enjoy seeing so many people come and support the mission. But there are some people, this is a Saturday night event, and they're out having a great time. Not only is it just the cook showcasing, but we also do fundraising. Obviously, it's an opportunity for us to support our mission. So there's a few raffles as well. So there's live entertainment. We have a nice jazz band. John Klatt and his entourage just do a great job. So it's just a 3 hours of wonderful music and food and fellowship and companionship, and it's just a great all-around fun event.
Mm-hmm. That's good to know, and I think it's, obviously you're making money from the door, but then you have to pay Lincoln Inns for their space.
We do.
And so you do want to have a way to make as much money as you can.
Sure.
You talked about your raffle items and the things that are going on. Anything notable that you want to tell us, or are you going to save it and not spill the beans?
Well, I can divulge a couple of the items. Verizon has always been a great sponsorship for us, and this year they're going to donate an iPad Air for the raffle. WRMN Radio, a radio station, has helped us in the past doing some travel certificates, and we do a 50-50 raffle. So there's always many things that help us inspire people to want to do something different.
And of course, that is just a partial list, and there's no reason why, if you're watching this, your business can't become part of this as well. Right. You're definitely not going to turn anyone away who says, I'm going to donate a raffle item, or
exactly.
Whether you're a travel agency or whether you're a business, a hardware store, any type of business that you can help. Will you have silent auction items as well, or is it all silent auction?
It's just the raffle items this year, and like you said, we never turn away. We've had people sponsor the aprons. The cooks will have a beautiful black apron with a white 50 Men Who Cook emblem on the front. We always ask the cooks to sign one of the aprons, which is usually one of the biggest hit items because you can win the raffle item of all the 50 cooks that have signed it. So there's some unique things that we always do the night of that will make it special for that person as well. But sponsorship, just like any event, whether it's to help with programming,